Hello indie game lovers, nerds and nerdettes, my name is Feniks and this is Indie Game News. Today we're looking at base building and survival genre. As always, please take your time and stay focused for the next few minutes. You can find all the relevant links in the video description and feel free to pause at any time and cover other genres as well, so please give my channel a look afterwards. Okay, since you all know how it works, let's start the recently released games. Once again, The Long Dark is a guest on our channel. After months of development, this winter survival game has finally left early access and is now fully released. With the release of the game, we can enjoy episode 1 and 2 of Wintermute campaign, as well as known and loved by everyone survival mode. By now, almost everybody and their grandma must have heard about this game. The Long Dark is a thoughtful exploration and survival experience that challenges solo players to think for themselves as they explore the expansive frozen wilderness in the aftermath of geomagnetic disaster. There are no zombies, only you, cold and all the threats Mother Nature can master. The game have moved long way since the initial release. Features stunning immersive graphics, challenging setting that many players have spent hours discovering. Players will have to fight cold, ensure the nutrition needs are met, craft new items and scavenge for survival, while avoiding hungry winter animals. The game have received very respectable 92% positive review score on Steam. Alright, time to move on to updates of past month. Atomic Society Pre-Alpha 0.0.7 is here, and we can see 5 new social issues to manage and set the laws for. Drug use, slavery, transgender people, vegetarians and suicide. Part of that, 4 new buildings to expand your town, info station, chemist, giant storehouse and repair shack, with addition of building maintenance mechanics. We're going to see a new map of dunes, more story elements and many book fixes and balancing issues. In the Atomic Society, you are in charge of settlement decades after the nuclear war destroyed civilization as we know it. Your job is not only standard rebuild, survive and prosper, but also set the moral compass for your enclave. It is up to you to promote and discourage scientific behaviors from your people. The game places great focus on social issues your civilization will face, from the obvious ones like crime, drugs, slavery, to more nuanced ones like euthanasia, where the lines between right and wrong are more blurred. The game is available to purchase on the developer's website and it is very early stages of development. As always, approach with care and don't be afraid to wait if you are not fully sold on the current product. Judgment Apocalypse Survivor Simulator is the example of the game that does early access right. Regular, relatively book-free updates hit Steam every month or two. Update 13, the traders, have been released on the 8th of August. Well, as you can expect, this whole update focuses on trading with other survivors of the apocalypse. Every once in a while, survivors that are not part of your colony will drop by and offer to trade. If you are missing those items that you cannot find or don't have skills to create, those traders will be happy to provide them at a hefty profit. Sometimes the traders will have the rare equipment that you cannot make yourself or is beyond your current technology. You can now focus on creating specialized colony with a strong economy and obtain other items through trade. Part of trading will see ability to automatically resolve combat if you choose to do so. It will speed up the simple scavenge missions near your colony. Also, you will have now ability to scrap outdated equipment and use that materials to create updated versions, as you discover new technologies. One big change the game introduced in the update 13 is the ability to assign limits to gather tasks. You can now set maximum and minimum levels of resources you want. No more micromanaging your woodcutters. You can now set up desired levels and they will automatically resume cutting trees when the levels drop. In addition to this, we will see other usability improvements, new map, rework rituals and more. Judgment Apocalypse Survivor Simulator first appeared on Steam Early Access on the 11th of April 2016 and is sitting currently at 87% positive review score on Steam out of nearly 500 reviews submitted. Rise to Ruins introduced Build 27, the Guards and Gates update. We'll see addition of the new job, the Guards. They will patrol around your village, front lines and perimeter depending on the time of the day, and they will work in groups to remove any threats that may be presented. Additionally, the villagers now will shout out for helps when attacked, calling up to 5 guards per spotted monster in the area. Developers have added new buildings, barracks and outposts. Barracks are an alternative place for your guards to sleep in and store equipment, while the outpost acts like an upgraded version of the old fire pits, providing the same limited shelter for your guards and a bow tower to defend the village. Final added building are the gates. They will automatically allow the friendly units to pass, but will remain shut for the hostiles. We'll see addition of the Blood Moon, random events spawning blood slimes around the village, as well as many new disasters implemented in the more complex system. We'll see meteors, storms, earthquakes, blights and hailstones. As always, many bug fixes and optimization to the game. Rise to Ruin is a challenging godlike village simulator designed to bridge the gap between the complexities of village simulation and the simplicity of the classic 90s real-time strategy. It has been inspired by the games like Towns, Gnomoria, Warcraft, Banish and Dwarf Fortress, but is not quite like any of them. It updates frequently. It first appeared on Steam in October 2014 and received so far 91% positive review score out of 700 reviews submitted. Subnautica never stops to surprise us with new great updates to the game. The Ghost update was released on the Steam on the 21st of August this year. We'll see addition of the cure for infection that can be obtained from the baby emperor leviathans. Not easy to get but absolutely worth the hassle. Developers added new sea monster to the game, the Ghost leviathans. They now prowl the deep. The Lost River, Ground Reef and the Void are their hunting grounds. We'll see addition of the new model for power and transmitters, and other graphical improvements, addition of the new biomes, the brand new Messas biome, as well as extensive new tunnels between the Lost River and Lava Zone. You can now upgrade your Cyclops to version 4.0 that gives you 6 upgrade slots, immunity to medium-sized creatures, no cooldown on silent running and shields, and more powerful lightning. We'll also see some changes to your PDA. Finally, not insignificant increase in the game speed, on average 9% with the bug fixes on optimizations. Subnautica has received 91% positive review score out of outstanding 36,000 reviews submitted. Our final update of this month comes from The Forest. The game have been in development since the May 2014 and we have seen build 0.65 released. The biggest change is a new 64-bit launcher that will allow you to use all your computer resources to run the game. Launcher for 32-bit system is still there for those of you that use it. We'll see changes to flare gun sounds and animations. Animals also have now location-based damage, making it easier to spot if you actually hit one in the battle. We'll see changes to the endgame boss, making him faster, adding greater variety of attacks and being more aggressive in closing distance between him and the players. In the forest, you take the role of the lone survivor of passenger jet crash. You find yourself on the mysterious forest battling to stay alive against the society of cannibalistic mutants. You will have to build, craft and explore to survive in this terrifying first-person survival horror simulator. The game received 92% positive review score on Steam. Okay, time for upcoming games. Ostriv is almost ready for release to the public. The game have entered Alpha 9 at the closed development stage. Developers have added town halls where you can now set the wage, local prices and house rent. We'll see new buildings like an oil workshop allowing you to produce the cooking oil from sunflower seeds, better animation and models for characters in the game, addition of the firewood as one of the important resources for your citizens, almost like water and food, ability to deconstruct some of the old structures like benches, new UI for farms, ability to zoom in and out with keyboard shortcuts, better tooltips and UI making game easier to understand at glance without making it any less complex. As you may know from the last month video, Ostriv is a city building game that puts you in the role of the governor of 18th century town. It will challenge your creative skills and management abilities. You will dive into a story mode and decide the fate of your country, or just build your cities for fun in sandbox mode. The game is set to release on the early access in this October. Okay guys, that's it in this month indie game news. If you know of any game that should be featured in the next month update or release the games yourself, please contact me at writetoFeniks@gmail.com or tweet to me at Feniks_gaming. If you have enjoyed this video, please don't forget to subscribe for more. Nerds and nerdettes, my name is Feniks and it was a pleasure to have you here. Take care.